There's a lot of anime in this world. Some of it's loved, some of it not so much. But there's one anime that's joked on and seemingly hated more than any other anime that I've seen in the past few years, that being Sword Art Online. Even just the mention of its name can make the most hardened anime fan quiver in their boots. It's not hated for the animation or the sound design. Those aspects are actually quite good in my opinion. So why is Sword Art Online so disliked despite it being in the top 3 on Mal's popularity list? It's hated for the sheer amount of plot holes and loose ends in the story. Having early access to a new virtual reality game called Sword Art Online, Kirito no-lifes the game until he's pretty much hit the level cap for the beta, which is understandable. Any self-respecting gamer, given the opportunity to play a game before the rest of the world, would most likely do the same thing. But Kirito seems to be really good for no reason whatsoever, and that seems to be the only character trait that they gave him, aside from being smooth with any woman that he interacts with. He's good at everything, but not because he's trained until he couldn't train anymore. He's just good, almost like he's hacked the game to get all of his strength and charisma. A piece of wet bread would have been a better choice. Now, Asuna, the female lead, is almost like Kirito. Wet bread would have been a better choice for a character. She's another one that's really good for no reason whatsoever, yet she hardly gets to do anything after teaming up with Kirito because he just wants to do everything by himself, even boss fights. And the supposed daughter of Kirito and Asuna, Yui, really doesn't need to be in the show at all. She really only makes the show experience more confusing than it already is. And at the end, she was gonna get deleted or something, but then Kirito jumped in with his master hacking skills that they never explain how he gets to save Yui and make her an artificial intelligence, something that's super really hard to code, a player item, something that is supposed to be near impossible. I guess I'm not a programmer. Even if Kirito could code that well, it would probably take years to transfer every single possible response that Yui could ever have and turn her into something that a player could keep in their inventory, which is what they do, not seconds like it shows in the anime. I think the creators of Sword Art Online were trying way too hard to appeal to the hardcore gamers without really knowing what the hardcore gamers really want in an anime or manga. They've tried to appeal to the people that have the latest and greatest setups, at least in 2012, and the people who think, what would happen if you got stuck in a virtual reality world? Which is an interesting concept, for sure, and I believe this show was created to capitalize on this still relatively new technology of the Oculus Rift that had come out just 2 years before the anime debuted. We all know that virtual reality has become something more popular in the last few years. And it's kind of easy to make the connection that Sword Art Online wanted to be one of the first virtual reality related animes. And with the anime that first aired just 2 years after the Oculus Rift, it kind of makes that connection easy. I feel like the entire anime is rushed, just like plenty of my content. And had it been given more time and to be, thought out and written better, and the characters had been given more depth than a sheet of paper, I feel like the anime could have been something better than it was. In conclusion, Sword Art Online is really not that great of an anime, but what it is a gateway to better anime series and mangas, because once you start watching, you want more and more. And that leads you to find other anime like Re:Zero, Overlord, and In Another World with My Smartphone. So no, it's not 100% the worst anime. If it leads people to gaining an interest in other anime and like it, which will lead them to the discovery of more anime, I think it's really not that bad. So it gets about a 5 out of 10 on my anime list. Thanks for watching.